Welcome back to HavenRail. Now, I put a couple of early videos up of just the track laying, mostly sped fast forward because it's not the most interesting thing to watch, but it kind of introduces the channel. Still learning quite a lot, particularly as I spent the last hour after recording a good 15-minute video going through these tools without any microphone on. And this is quite hard to do this. It does take quite a lot of setup, takes a lot of patience, and hopefully I can learn as I go along the way and give you a bit of a chuckle. But right, anyway, so track laying. So you can see I've got the track down. Took me a little while to do, but one of the most important things about anything in model railway, particularly the track laying, is the tools that you use. Now, before I embarked on this, I watched a few of your channels and looked at some of the tools, of which I'll be linking a few below, the ones that help me choose some of these tools, and I'll just walk through how useful they are. Now, obviously some of these things are fairly obvious, and some of them not so obvious. So I guess if I start, one of the first things I came across many years ago, I was doing a layout. I used to use a sort of Dremel multi-tool to cut the track. Found that very tricky and difficult. So a few of you on your videos use this, which is a track cutting tool. Yeah, I'll put links to these tools in the description below, so you can find them on Amazon. And this particular one is produced actually surprisingly good. I was a bit nervous at first whether it'd actually do the job correctly, but how it works is it's got shaped cutters on it, which allow you to cut the track nice and neatly. How you use it is quite important. That's one of the things I learnt. Yeah, channels. You must use it by putting it horizontally against the rail. If you put it vertically against the rail, it will cut it, but it'll squeeze the bottom part of the rail together, make it a bit of a mess. So you put it horizontally, and you click quickly. You don't do it slowly. That's one of the things I've noticed. The first couple of times I did it quite slowly because I was a bit nervous to use them, and found that it was twisting them a bit. But if you do it nice and sharp, it does the job. Very useful tool, not particularly expensive, but can save a lot of pain later on. So moving on. Also, obviously, even though you cut it with that, you'll find there's some little burrs and misshapes going on there. But as I found along, make it held with fish plates. I've enjoyed putting this railway together, mostly apart from the fish plates. Fish plates are a pain. You think by now they've come up with a better system of joining these tracks with fish plates. So yeah, another good investment is a set of decent diamond files. Now I went online to quite a few cheap ones, went through a few videos of various modelling, not just railway modelling, and finally settled on these. Not massively expensive, but I've been using it for a little while now, and extremely useful for clearing off the burrs after you cut track or tidying up. But yeah, essential. Yeah, particularly if you don't want to have a complete and utter meltdown of fish plates. Not that I did, honestly. Right, moving on. What's the next thing track-wise is, as probably most people, buying a lot of flexi track and doing an awful lot with the flexi track. Though I have bought some set curves because my life will be a lot easier, particularly as some of these are going to be raised up. So anyway, the flexi track, you've got to keep it pinned down, otherwise it can get a bit wild. So you need something to mark holes in the sleepers on the set track, because they don't come with pin holes in the Pico SL100. So again, another fairly inexpensive purchase. Comes with a whole ton of individual little drill bits, which are perfect for various things on the layout. Yeah. However, I did find a little tip on this that I found really taking me a lot of time. Anyway, so we come to the next thing, which is a lot of people have Dremels or cheaper versions. I purchased this because it was Black Friday. They were like less than half the price of the Dremel, and actually it's really good. It's got a really good solid motor. I did a bit of research on it. Proved really good and solid. Now one of the little tips I found is actually my daughter spotted this. Is I was there with the hand drill, drilling away nicely, taking about 2 or 3 minutes each one. She says, well, why don't you just put that end on the end of the multi-tool? And I said, it's not going to fit. So anyway, she said, try it. So yeah, me complaining a lot and saying it's not going to fit, and won't be tied. Fits perfectly. Which again saved an awful lot of time with drilling the little holes through the track. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know it all, but apparently my daughter does. So anyway, so a little trick. So even though I bought that, I actually used the multi-tool to drill holes in. Moving on. Obviously laying the track's quite useful, but as probably you might have seen in my other videos, moving around on top of this, you tend to knock the track, and it gets the flexi track tends to get a bit bent out of shape, which means I get bent out of shape. But anyway, so another excellent purchase is the Pico track setter. It's very simple. They do this in curves, in various curves, but again, very easy to use. You just put it on the track and actually just slide it up and down the track, and it straightens the track out, or puts the curve in if you want the curve ones. So, but again, very useful for for making sure that the track is straight. I know you might comment, but your track isn't straight, because this is all going to come up anyway to do the underload and everything. So I didn't particularly spend huge amounts of time getting it straight. Anyway, on to some electric stuff. So obviously it's very important doing all the wiring. It takes a long time, as I know, a lot of head banging, not in a musical way. You're stuck under the baseboard banging your head a lot. Tend to learn a lot of French, I noticed that. Anyway, so one of the key ingredients to anything is soldering iron. Very key. There's a lot of it out in the market out there, and I decided to buy a solder station. I've been soldering since I was 16, and actually found this one, although relatively inexpensive, actually quite good. Varying the temperature of the tip is really useful. You particularly when you're swapping from big thick wires to the very thin wires you get on the DCC decoders. Now, if I had that temperature that I have now on those wires, the insulation on those wires would just disappear pretty quick. So being able to vary the temperature on your tip is particularly helpful in this day and age. Other things that are helpful, that it's not a necessity, but again, I've been doing wiring for longer than I care to remember. Although you can use a pair of snips to strip the insulation, it can be a bit tricky and takes a time and not perfect. These things pretty inexpensive. Again, link below. They strip the wire pretty simply, and they do all the hard work for you, nice and clean and simple. So again, pretty good investment. Now, one of the other things is once you've done that, once you've tinned it, you can screw it straight into your chock blocks, and that's the other thing that I've actually learned from you guys out there. There's a number of you solder them straight onto the connectors on the points and stuff, which I find is probably tricky later on if you need to make adjustments, or there's a dodgy point or whatever. You have to desolder everything. Some of you are using tag strips, the old style type tag strips, to do your buses with. And again, if you get a problem with it, it means crawling under the boards, trying to desolder and not bang your head too much. So I found actually just using pretty inexpensive chop blocks makes it a lot easier. And you can just screw it in there. But what I've done is I prefer to actually finish off the ends on these with crimps. Now what you find, again, not exactly expensive, the crimps go on the end. Make sure the wire is. You come with a nice little crimping tool. You just push that over the edge, and you just crimp it in, and you get a nice little, very good quality finish. You can just slip it quite easily into there and screw it in. Dead easy to get in. There's no fiddler, particularly again if you're messing around on the board. It is a lot of tight space. You don't want to be fiddling around trying to get the ends of these things. Get a bit more frustrated. That makes it very easy to use. Again, nice and clear. And of course, you can colour code them, which might help. So anyway. drop blocks. Really useful. Right. Thanks to Chadwick Model Railways and Charlie, I came across this. Now, I didn't always wear glasses. The last time I did, a relatively decent sized layout, I didn't wear glasses. It wasn't a problem. And what I found is these are typically my reading glasses, and they're good up to about 18 inches. But if you get particularly close with them, you can't see a damn thing. So these, again, really inexpensive. They just slip over the head, and I can, and they come with various zooms. I think this is a 2.5 times. They come in 3.5 and 1.5, so you can actually put them at different photos. But that is absolutely perfect, and they're brilliant. They're pretty comfortable. I've been wearing this, a fair amount. Haven't really noticed. The only the one danger I've found with these is don't walk around with them on. I was forever banging my head on my projector, because obviously you can see things really clearly 2 inches away from your head, but other than that you can't see at all. So so it's probably best to take them off if you're going to be walking around. Anyway, that covers off a few of the tools. I hope it was helpful to you. Certainly the tools are helpful to me. I'll put some links below, as I said, both to where you can get these tools and to some of the channels where I've seen picked up these tools and their hints and tips. As I build this layout, there's a lot more tools I've got to get, and as I work through them I shall be doing little tool videos on those. Hopefully this has helped you. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this channel and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, ring the sub notification bell, and I'll see you back here soon.